Today, I'm here with Phil Seamus from Ecosuds Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning, and we are talking about stain removal.
Well, hi Marie, great to be here again with you today.
Yes, Phil, it's great that you're here. Now, I see you have a whole lot of different things on the table here today. What are we going to do?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to get you to make a mess.
Perfect.
And then we're going to get you to clean up the mess.
Oh, I don't like that.
But we're going to make it really easy for you. What we're going to do is, this is a kit of stuff that everybody should have around their home.
Okay.
It's made up of stuff that you can get at any grocery store or any pharmacy, or your local dollar store, a lot of the items as well.
Exactly.
Some of the things that you should have in your kit include a number of spray bottles that you can pick up anywhere. You can also reuse spray bottles that you already have from other solutions that you've bought.
Okay.
You want some plain old laundry detergent, just a little tiny bit of it.
Okay.
Some isopropyl rubbing alcohol, isopropyl I should say. You want hydrogen peroxide, an absolutely fantastic little product. Household ammonia, which goes a very long way. Be very careful with your ammonia though. It does eventually go away and wind up in no residue, but it can be very toxic when it's first laid down.
Okay.
And good old-fashioned vinegar is another product that you're going to use regularly. White paper towels and or white terry cloths are important as well. Some measuring cups, measuring spoons, and some little toothbrush is great as well for rubbing out those stains.
Right.
A spoon you can pick up at the dollar store to pick up any little bits of stuff, and the same thing with a knife. A dull knife, always important, dull.
Yes,
if
we
it's
don't
going
want
to cut your fibers, that would be a problem.
No, right, exactly.
So, before we get going, since you're doing the mess, we're going to get you in a bib.
Okay.
Because we don't want to make that
apron.
wonderful looking outfit of yours all messy.
Excellent.
Although you wouldn't know how to get the stains out of it by the time we're done.
Perfect. Okay. Well,
So this is a time a lot of people come to visit, and when people come to visit, you often serve them dessert. And dessert, well, sadly, sometimes winds up on your carpet.
it does.
So, one of my very favorite desserts, blueberry pie. Do you like blueberry pie?
I love blueberry
I love blueberry pie too. Well, sometimes the blueberry pie doesn't quite make it where it's supposed to. So grab that blueberry pie filling over there.
Yeah, especially me. I have grandkids, so it never makes it worse.
Oh, you know what that's like. Here, take the spoon and just blob a little bit of that onto the carpet.
Yes. No. This would be the grandchild. Walking along and going, oh, yeah.
Ooh, yuck. Yeah. Okay, how are we going to get that out? Oh, gee, you got it everywhere on the tablecloth.
Everywhere.
What a big
that
mess.
would be the grandchild, yes.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So we're going to get rid of that. Now, the first thing you do when you see a blueberry stain on your carpet is you want to get up all the solids that you can.
Oh, of course, yes.
So we're going to take a knife, or we could have used that spoon, but since the spoon is all dirty, we won't use the spoon. And we're going to scoop those, all the solids off that we can, trying to get as little as possible rubbed into the fibers of the carpet.
Okay,
You want
that makes total sense.
Yes. And always scoop towards the center of the stain so that you're not actually rubbing it out towards the edges. You're not spreading it further beyond where it's already dropped, because it's already a bad situation. We don't want to make it worse.
Oh, yes. It's terrible, and I'm making it worse. Okay.
So there you go. You might want to wipe off your knife between rubbing it. Get a little bit more of that off if you can. Again, we want to keep as much of that as possible off. Now, while you're doing that, we have a little bit of a solution that I've made up. You can make this at home, taking a little bit, 1/4 teaspoon of plain old laundry detergent.
Okay.
Okay. In this case, we use being a non-toxic, hypoallergenic company. We use an all-natural laundry powder, which is hypoallergenic. We put 1/4 of a teaspoon. That's it, in a quart of water. Warm water. Let it dissolve, and then shake her up.
Okay.
So, first step, give that a good spray.
Okay.
Saturate it completely, actually. Get down in there, and there you go. Perfect.
My little mess.
Yeah, now take your toothbrush and rub in towards the center.
Okay.
Same way on the outside. Always towards the center of the spill. And when that's rubbed, you can take some paper towel, or you can take your cloth.
Oh, look how nicely this is doing this.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
This is great, yeah. Okay.
And now you want to do the same. Now you want to blot.
Yes.
Make sure you
Never
blot.
rub.
Never rub. Blot hard. There you go. And you can see it starting to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if there's any residue, what we want to do is we want to do what's called neutralizing it, or bringing it up to the point where it's going to be coming out with plain old water.
Yeah.
And the way we do that is by looking at what is the opposite of it. So in this case, we have blueberry. Well, blueberry pie filling is typically acidic, right?
Yeah.
So we want the opposite, and the opposite of acidic is alkaline or base, and, well, ammonia. So just a tiny bit of ammonia, if we put just 1 tablespoon of ammonia in a cup of water, that would be enough.
Okay.
All right? So give that a spray on there.
Mm-hmm. Same thing?
Yep.
Write it down.
Just spray it on. Oops.
You know, I'm not playing around. Okay.
And after it sits for about 30 seconds, you can do the same thing. Blot it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you can just, actually, it looks like it's coming out quickly already. So go ahead and blot.
Okay. Oh,
all right, look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic?
It does. You would never know it was there.
And then just to make sure we're fully neutralized, we're going to put a little bit, just a little bit of a squirt of vinegar on that.
Okay.
To bring it back to its natural state. That's good.
Okay. And same thing.
Yep, blot it.
One more time.
Yep.
Okay.
And as soon as we're done that, we're going to take some pure water.
Okay.
And give it a little bit of a squirt.
Okay.
And take off any residual that's left. And then you can show our audience at home how the blueberry pie stains came completely out of the carpet without using fancy expensive chemicals.
Isn't that wonderful? Completely gone. You would never know that the spill happened.
Now the other thing that people of course often spill on your carpet is
coffee.
Well, spill some of that coffee on there.
I do this on a regular basis. Okay, so I'm walking along and oh no, a bit of coffee spilled on the carpet.
Okay, there we go.
This is very hard to get out sometimes.
It can be. It can be really hard to get out.
Okay.
Well, again, the same. Now we can't actually pick much of that up with a knife, right?
No, coffee's not one of those things you can scrape.
Right. So what you want to do is again blot as much as you can up. So grab a clean cloth. We don't want the one with blueberry stains all over it, and blot as much as you possibly can up out of that carpet. Now coffee is more towards the base. So what we're going to do is again we're going to start with the soap solution here. If I can find, here it is. That's the detergent solution we used before. Spray a little bit of that on it.
Same thing, soak it down.
Soak it well.
Okay.
And then we're going to blot that out. And then we're going to take our vinegar mixture here. And we're going to spray some vinegar on it because vinegar is the opposite to the base that coffee is. And this will work with almost any tannins, by the way. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Same thing, we're going to blot that out.
And of course, I guess you're always using a clean side of the towel every time you're blotting.
Now, let's say some of the stain doesn't come out because it's been there for a while. We're going to do the water next to neutralize. Finish it up.
Okay.
Give it a rinse. If it doesn't all come out, you want to take your hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
You want to spray some of it on. First, by the way, with any of these processes, make sure to test all this in an inconspicuous corner, maybe in your closet or something, just in case. You want to put a little bit of hydrogen peroxide when you buy some. Don't wait until you have a stain. On your carpet, maybe in a closet, and see if it, just leave it sit for a few hours and see if it does discolorate. It usually won't. Hydrogen peroxide at 3%. Make sure you don't use any of the special fancy stuff you get at the hairdressers. The 3% hydrogen peroxide you buy at your drugstore.
Yes, we don't want to dye the carpet.
No, you don't want to. You don't want to bleach out the color.
Okay.
So put a little bit in. Make sure it's not going to bleach. And if it doesn't, you can then take this product. If there's any residual stain left behind from, say, the coffee or from the blueberry. And spray some of this on, saturate it, put a couple of these cloths on, and then put a heavy object like a brick on top, and leave it sit for a number of hours. And that will actually wick any residual staining right back up into that cloth, and it'll help get rid of it. And the neat thing about hydrogen peroxide is once it's exposed to sunlight again, that will completely become oxygen and water, and will just disappear into the air. So no problem. As you can show our audience at home, that our coffee stain is also completely gone
again. And it's like you said though, sometimes, like especially when, as I say, somebody visiting, sometimes you don't notice those stains until they've gone.
Right.
You know, then they've not, the little kids have not said anything to you, and all of a sudden that stain is still there.
Exactly.
So I think that peroxide, that's a great idea, because then it's not there that long, hopefully.
Right.
But of course, if that stain is still there and you can't get it out, I know exactly what they can do.
There's somebody they can call.
There is somebody they can call. They can call Philip Ecosuds. or get you on your website.
Absolutely, at ecosuds.ca. And what they can also get at ecosuds.ca is our very handy spot and stain removal guide. This one is
Yes.
especially there for the holidays, but we also have our general spot and stain remover guide there, absolutely free of charge to anybody to go and download and use anytime they need to, and it's absolutely free.
That's great, and I highly recommend it. I got my copy of that myself, and definitely could be a lifesaver over these holidays. Thanks so much, Phil.
It's been great being here. I hope all this helps.
Thank you.